I've seen a lot of techniques for getting rid of stumps that don't work. Now in this video, I'm going to show you what to do to make it work, and I'll explain why it works. We've tried all kinds of techniques, from chipping them out of the ground and trying to burn them out of the ground, and that doesn't work. Now, if you leave that stump in the ground, you're going to be adding dirt for the next 10 years. If not, you're going to have a sinkhole in your yard. Now, this stump is so heavy, it can barely be moved. That's why we removed it, lifted it up off the ground, and now you can see there's nothing left. So if you want to get rid of a stump, I'm going to go through the details on how to do it. It's nice when you can get this stump completely out of the ground, burn it up, and start fresh. Now to start, these roots came from a very large pine tree. Now to get the roots out of the ground like this is a process. Now what makes it possible to get it out of the ground is cutting off the tap roots. Now you have to use a sawzall to cut these tap roots because of the dirt. The stump is so heavy, when I kick it, it will not move. Now once the center portion of this stump has the tap roots off, you can tie a chain around it, and with your truck, go ahead and pull it out really easily. In fact, you'll be surprised how easily it comes out. Now in order to burn this stump, we're going to have to get it up off the ground, chip all the dirt off of it. This is important. The dirt insulates it from the fire. Now the day before, you want to drill this with holes. Then you can fill it with old motor oil. You could also put in some diesel fuel, but this will just soak into this big, huge stump. When the oil drains in, just add more. A funnel does make it a little easier. Wow, look at the size of that stump. We've got bricks underneath it to get it up off the ground. We'll throw some dry branches underneath and get it started. Because we soaked it with oil, you can see that it's starting to really catch. Now this is going to take a couple days to burn. So I'll tell you what we did next. We pulled out a couple lawn chairs, grabbed a couple A&W root beers. Then we tossed on some of those old tap roots that were laying there, and it just adds fuel to the fire. No troubles here. Every 15 or 20 minutes, you just kind of take a stick and tap it in a little. You don't need to do that, but it sure adds to the fun. There's nothing like a good old campfire to sit around and talk. You can solve all those world problems. Every once in a while, I just pick up the camera and take a picture. So I'm sitting there sipping on a root beer, and my friend's got a Pepsi. That fire is hot. So we had an idea. Let's throw this Pepsi can in there and see how fast it consumes it. Ooh, just getting this picture is hot. All right, it's in there. Let's take a watch and see how fast it goes down. First, you'll see the paint burn off. Then you'll see a silvery white cylinder. Unbelievable. This camera is too close. I'll step back and just zoom in a little bit. Now you'll start to see the edges start to melt in. There you go. It's starting to collapse down. In the morning, it'll just be a blob of aluminum. Well, it's pretty dark right now, and we're making really good progress. This stump is too big to cut with a sawzall, and there's too much dirt to cut it with a chainsaw. Any dirt at all, and your chain on your chainsaw is ruined. I mean, sure, you can keep sharpening it up, but the sap in there, it gums everything up. It is not worth cutting it with a chainsaw. We tried. Now with a stick, just keep pushing everything closer together. Now in the morning, you can see there's a lot of that stump gone, but we still have a lot to burn. Now we threw in some dry wood to keep that momentum going. These roots are dense. This burned all day, and here it is at night. And the next morning, you can see there's almost nothing left. That big old stump is nothing but a memory now. So if you are wondering how to get that big stump out of your yard, well, hopefully this will give you some ideas. Now, there's not a day that goes by that I don't learn something new. Now, if you've got ideas on how to make this job go easier, please leave the comments down below. It'll help me out. It'll help anybody else that has got this problem out. Well, it sure is nice to see this stump gone. Well, I really appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.